From the Baked Salmon Studios in downtown Bakersfield, this is Bakeline. Here's Stoned Phillip. Good evening, and welcome to Bakeline. There's a lot of buzz these days over the return of Chris Hansen. You may not actually hear the buzz at the moment, but trust me, for a time it was deafening. If you are hearing a buzz, it's perhaps a bulb going out. I would check your light fixtures. Or possibly your phone is on vibrate and you're receiving a call. The buzz regarding Chris Hansen has recently become a murmur. A curious, questioning murmur from fans who wonder why the return of the pedo slayer has at times fallen short of what they had imagined. Tonight on Bakeline, we begin the first in a series, looking at the event from different angles and hoping to make sense of it all. I remind you that some of what you are about to see and hear may be speculation. Here's Baked Salmon. Look, I just want to get a refund, please. We already went over this. I told you. I can return the base, but the rest of it broke off up inside. You're lucky I don't come after you to cover my medical bills. Oh, yeah? Well, if you... Oh, shit. Look, I'll call you back. I am easy to amuse, but I'm tough to impress. As a result, I'm not a fanboy for a great many things. On the short list of things I do get hyped about, To Catch a Predator is at the top. A program that aired over a decade ago continues to be a source of enjoyment for me. While I cannot claim to be the show's biggest fan, I certainly have a noticeable attachment to it. I quit going to school last year to focus on a short film I made about To Catch a Predator. My license plate references a quote from the show. I don't have any autographed photos of Chris, nor do I have a tattoo with his likeness. I do, however, have some TCAP t-shirts. For sale, actually. Teespring.com, links in the description. But put it this way. If you put me in a room with 10,000 randos, there is a 99.9% chance I will be the biggest fan of the lot. And as a fan, I can tell you, the show was great because Chris Hansen is great. If you put anyone else at the helm, it could never have the impact and soul that Chris provided. But the program didn't last. With the network at the actual helm, To Catch a Predator was officially canceled in 2008. A few years later, while foraging online for TCAP scraps, T-scraps, I discovered a video on YouTube which surprisingly has influenced my life's trajectory. It was a based shaman analysis of Hamburger.
Okay, first off, look at the way he's fucking creeping. Fucking zombie shit. He's crawling on fucking 22s. I think those are floaters. The ones in the back aren't even moving. Damn. Hamburger was on 22-inch floaters. That's my shit. It was. Damn. He was crawling in that shit. Now he's creeping. Look at that walk. Holy
this spoke to me, so I hung around. I lurked on YouTube for a long time before creating a channel to showcase my random brand of fandom. If you look at my channel library, the modest number of uploads does not reflect the volume of time I spent absorbing TCAP media where I could find it. And no matter the Predator or Sting the focus was on, the one constant was Chris Hansen. He was the show, and the show was Chris. Think about it. You could remove Kennelly, Lorne, Palumbo, Dustin, Stanley. You'd still have a kick-ass program. You remove Chris from the equation and you just have a bunch of predators being arrested. That would be interesting until the first commercial break, at which point the TV channel would change and it would never be mentioned again. Now that I've sent you far and wide with this rambling setup, marvel at the speed with which I get to the point. The third coming of Chris is underway, thank God. But it feels like a bizarro version of what I expected. The first clue that the Hansen reboot was going to experience turbulence? While watching the first teaser uploaded to the Hansen vs. Predators channel, The seatbelt light illuminated, and an oxygen mask dropped down from the overhead compartment in my living room.
it's Chris Hansen in New York City. Just wanted to tell you.
What in holy hell is this? Chris? Is that you, buddy? Come towards the sound of my voice, Chris. The quality of the video was so stunningly bad. Rumors started to pop up online. People were saying that this was all just the work of a troll. Had the Great One returned to the community? This was what we had to go by. I couldn't tell you who that is, let alone if it's Chris Hansen. Besides, wouldn't the entertainer, the crown prince of modern TV journalism, Chris Hansen, arrive in the content equivalent of a Lambo, complete with presidential tint and a license plate that read P Slayer? But this is an '87 Ford Taurus that's been reduced to rust and duct tape. It has expired tags and a plume of smoke trailing behind it that can be seen from space. But I kept the faith for a few days at least. A Chris Hansen live stream was planned, and then we could get to the bottom of this. But first...
Ooh, you guys, I am excited for this one today. Do you remember one of the greatest shows on television, To Catch a Predator, starring Hollywood hottie and handsome hometown hunk Chris Hansen? That was a pretty cool show. For those of you
Meet Gus Johnson, a zany comedic content creator with over 1 million subscribers. I don't know Gus, but I know he's a fan of Chris Hansen. And Gus is an unapologetic goofball.
Well, I've got the logs right here. It says that you showed her your blank, and then you proceeded to, well, engage in a series of provocative, sexually charged messages.
Hey guys, Floor Gus here, your entertainment captain. Ding!
On April 20th, 3 days after the first Hansen teaser, Gus, along with Eddie Burback, a YouTuber and co-creator of the Gus and Eddie podcast, released a video addressing the state of Chris Hansen's comeback.
Chris, we're talking to you right now. We want to help you. We love what you're doing. We appreciate you. We like all that To Catch a Predator stuff. We got to clown on you a little bit.
Just a little bit, Chris.
I'm looking here. You've uploaded an appearance of yours on Conan, a fan-made compilation of the best animated parodies of you, and like an Oprah appearance. I'm going to go on a limb and say you don't own the rights to that. That's fine. Just maybe take those down. Chris, the thesis statement is here, you gotta have the rights to this stuff. I hope you do. And make sure that if you do have the rights, please upload high quality uploads of this stuff, okay? This description on your Crime Watch Daily re-upload is, the sting we did in Connecticut to catch predators trying to have sex with minors.
Did you see the category?
Category, people and blogs.
That's probably not the right category for
No. Let's go look at your header on YouTube. Alright, let's go over here to YouTube. Come on,
dude. Come on. And if you're gonna keep making the Hansen vs. Predator stuff and you want to keep recording it, maybe start a Patreon. Then you can keep the show going and it doesn't have to be one big funded thing.
It seems that you're trying to do more stuff leaning into the Hansen vs. Predator thing. I think that's a great idea. You have been killing it at that content for years, and I'm sure that many, many thousands, if not millions of people are going to be thirsty for the content that you produce for quite a long time. Thousands, if not millions of people are going to be thirsty for the content that you produce for quite a long time.
It was hardly irreverent, typically lighthearted, and it didn't take any cheap shots at Chris. I would say, if anything, they presented themselves as two of Chris Hansen's biggest supporters. I haven't seen any videos from other channels reaching out to Hansen with constructive criticisms and advice on how to set up his channel to be most profitable. After all, if Chris is to come back strong and create the content we truly desire, he needs the finances with which to do it.
Hey everyone, Chris Hansen here on YouTube Live on my channel. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm here in New York City.
On May 1st, Chris held his first comeback live stream, taking questions from the fans and just generally being badass. Everyone was totally hyped by Hansen's return. I happened to notice a $20 super chat from Gus Johnson.
You have to really wonder what drives these guys to get there. And we've seen some really bizarre and predators, and it's a devastating thing. I mean, even just considering the Vincent Ambrosio case, and you'll see it was hot. there's going to be a section where you can say to me, this is something you need to investigate. We will take a look at it and we'll do our best to dig into it.
So it came as a surprise to learn after the fact that Gus and Eddie had been blocked from commenting in the live stream.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, I think it was maybe about 2 weeks ago, Eddie and I made a little emergency help video for our friend, I thought, Chris Hansen, because he's launching his YouTube channel, and he took a couple of missteps.
We clowned on him a little bit, and we said it in the video, it was to help him out with his YouTube channel.
Anyway, Chris has been hosting a couple of Q&A live streams. He's done 2 so far as of recording this, and I wanted to pop in and share my happy words with Chris, maybe toss him a few bucks on the super chat. But much to my dismay, did I realize the other day when I was trying to send Chris super chats, namely $20 chats where I would ask Chris, I literally was asking him the question, Chris, what brings you the most joy in life? I started getting notifications from Google saying, we can't post this message, we can't post this comment. So I went in and checked on multiple devices. We had Sabrina's cell phone going, the laptop going with the live stream, and I started leaving both super chat and regular comments, and much to my surprise, it looks like Chris fucking blocked my main channel, Eddie's main channel, and our podcast channel from commenting on his channel.
Why on earth would Chris block 2 guys who did not attack him? In fact, they had mostly goofed on the quality of the uploads and the overall look of his channel. If anyone should feel slighted, it would be the person that Chris Hansen had charged with production duties. Surely that person was in the background though, right?
Oh no, not by a long shot.
In the next episode,
pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
We're going to take a peek behind the Hansen vs. Predator curtain. Who is Vincent DeCotra? And what do he and all these companies have to do with one another? Thank you, Salmon. And now we head over to the tech desk for a look at the world of online marketing. Will Chris's reboot meet Wes's approval?
Oh no, not by a long shot.
Here's Wes.
Thanks, Phil. To most of us, the internet is just a series of ones and zeros. A virtual smorgasbord of everything we all love, from pet videos, to food porn, to racist memes, to real porn, back to pet videos, then lots more porn, and then, contact lens websites. But you see, the internet is so much more than that. Invented in 1982 by Turbo and Ozone, in between takes of their hit movie Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, it wasn't long before the internet was purchased as part of a hostile takeover by Disney, later being sold to AOL for a pack of Magic Beans and 6 cases of Colt 45. From there, you know the story. AOL shoved their CD-ROMs in every open mailbox, newspaper, and open crevice in America until the internet went from a little-known novelty used by colleges and hospitals to the essential communication and entertainment tool it is today. Think about that last part for a second and consider the irony. For years, the post office and newspapers were responsible for dispensing tens of millions of internet discs to people's homes. Within a short period of time, the newspaper industry was on its last legs, and the post office has never recovered from the loss of revenue since email and online bill pay have supplanted postal mail. Right now you're probably thinking, what in the hell does this have to do with Chris Hansen? Well, bear with me and I will bring it all around, but for now remember this phrase, adapt or die. While preparing for this segment, I wanted to do something more than the baseless complaining and bitching common amongst fanboys. To avoid this trap, I knew I needed to consult an expert in the field of digital marketing. After weeks of intensive searching, I found the perfect candidate. I happened upon a digital marketing director with over 18 years of experience as an affiliate manager, website project designer, SEO director, and network owner. He boasted of personally managing millions of dollars in digital ad spend over the last 3 years, as well as numerous consulting jobs optimizing freemium and paid websites. In my opinion, this guy was well qualified to provide a sound review of a website, as well as make reasonable suggestions for improving their overall performance. This guy was also me. That's right, it was me all along, and you just listened to me hype myself up just to stroke my own massive ego. With that being said, let's get to it. Like the rest of you, I was pretty damn excited when I heard Chris Hansen was making a comeback. It was like waiting for season 8 of Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, Chris Hansen's comeback has been about as well constructed as the writing in that disastrous finale. Never mind the fact that his camera looked like it was coated in Soul Glow. Never mind the fact that he was making updates about future updates, or that his live chats are money grabs where everyone seems to ask the same question over and over again. Who's the scariest predator you ever encountered? Let's talk about the first glaring miss in the saga that is Chris Hansen. The website. If you watch any of Chris Hansen's first 3,000 or so update teaser videos that were uploaded to YouTube, you might remember he made the same comment at the end of each video. New website is coming soon. Think about this. Since Chris left Dateline, he has been dogged by rumors of inappropriate behavior, had a comeback for a short time that again ended in controversy over a Kickstarter campaign, and finally, the last significant news was reports of him being arrested for bad checks that were directly related to the failed Kickstarter. This return wasn't just a comeback. It also needed to serve as an apology tour and reminder of the quality programming we were used to receiving from Chris Hansen. Instead, in 2019, Chris Hansen came back and didn't have a fucking website the minute that YouTube channel launched. To some, this may have seemed like a minor misstep, but to me, it could only mean one of two things: inexperience or a rush job money grab. Of course, it could also be both of those things. So I was shocked when I first went to the website in April of 2019 and I saw this. A placeholder landing page with an image of Chris Hansen that they clearly did not own and did not want to pay for the watermark-free version. Is this Chris Hansen or a Tim and Eric sketch? Because at this point, I really can't tell the difference. Now, I won't spend too much time on this version of the page because I realized it was a placeholder, but again, look at this. This is below amateurish and borderline cringeworthy. In marketing, there is something called a call to action, or CTA. The point of a call to action is simple. It is a statement or proposition to get people to take a desired action, whether it be create a free account, make a purchase, or sell you their baby on the black market. It's marketing 101, and a good call to action is often the difference between success or failure with the marketing campaign. But what was this site asking me to do? Did they want my email so they can update me on when the site was released? No, because this is a simple messaging form so I can email Chris Hansen and sell him my baby on the black market? Okay, well, let's move on to the contact page. Not a lot to see here, but pay attention to this name because it will come up a lot later. Obviously, the social media page will be popping, right? But no. A Facebook page, a Twitter link, and 2 inactive links? On a web page meant to announce the glorious return of the pedo slayer Chris Hansen? Not good enough. But why does this matter? Well, let's look at a tool I use on a daily basis called Social Blade. With Social Blade, I can get insight into any given YouTube channel and analyze traffic trends, growth, and other key metrics. The first upload on the Hansen vs. Predator YouTube channel was posted on April 16th, 2019. After 6 days, as you can see here, they had amassed over 152,000 video views and almost 16,000 subscribers. Now, this is not a surprise due to the fact that a rabid, hungry fan base had been waiting years for this event, so capturing that launch traffic is essential in your overall success. These people are your most loyal fans and are far more likely to sign up for your website and make purchases off of simple name recognition. But when they went to the site, they saw this. 152,000 views. To put that number in perspective, it took them 17 more days to reach their next 150,000 views as excitement cooled and people grew tired of update after update. The traffic train had cooled considerably, and it was going to take something big to get it back on track. Sure, the Vinny Ambrosio teaser brought in a nice bump in traffic on May 10th, but how many more of those do you have up your sleeve? People have been waiting on that footage since they originally paid for it via Kickstarter, and the fact that it was never released made the footage more desirable over the years. So unless you have, I don't know, some secret footage of Lauren Armstrong that proves he didn't even want to be there, or turn-by-turn surveillance video of that epic Jim Roush quest on his drive to get arrested, people are going to lose interest. Hell, at this point, I would even take a signed affidavit from Anthony Palumbo's optometrist disputing the fact that he's not a good driver at night. Need more proof? While it took 17 additional days to get 300,000 views, they only picked up 4,000 subscribers to their YouTube channel during that time. Overall, the 8,000 new channel subscribers in the last 30 days is a 32% decrease from the month before. That's a negative trend, folks. But why is that? Well, let's check out the videos uploaded between April 23rd and May 10th. In a little under 3 weeks, the channel managed to upload an impressive 27 videos. But when looking at these videos, that number becomes far less impressive. A mind-boggling 12 of these videos are either updates, updates about updates, teasers, teasers about updates, Chris Hansen saying hi, Chris Hansen reminding us what day it is, or some other unnecessary announcement. That's almost half. I understand the need for content, but there is such a thing as less is more. Ah, I see. The remainder are a few live streams, lots of videos borrowed from content creators, and of course, a testing video for a live stream uploaded by your marketing manager and for some reason still on your channel? That's a joke, right? Let's circle back to that one later. So what do you think? Why did Chris Hansen rush back as quickly as he did? Why was quality sacrificed in the name of multiple quick uploads? Am I way off base? Or am I on the right track? When I return, is Chris Hansen alienating Middle America? How does he stack up against today's new stars of Predator-related content? And finally, we'll take a look at HansenVSPredators.com and see what pops up over and over again. Get it? It's this pop-up. And it just keeps fucking popping up every time. It's infuriating. And that's next time. But first, this video was not sponsored by Little Debbie. If you're hungry and just want something to eat, have a Little Debbie. They may not be home-baked, but they're cute and built good. Now, back to Phil in the Walter Baps Command Center.
That's it for this episode. From all of us at Bakeline, good night.